That's going to be my theme song from now on. No, it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages except for little kids, they shouldn't watch this. Today is a momentous occasion in the history of my stay as a ESL teacher in China. It's not because I'm cooking. Today was the day I lost my shit. Now, what do you mean you lost your shit? Well, first of all, I lost my trash can. But, you know, no matter where you work, what you do, there are issues, period, end of discussion. China and Chinese universities are really no different. So today was the day that I got actually mad, politely and calmly voiced my concerns. I actually mean that. Came home and cussed and got really pissed off in my apartment because I'm a damn professional. And that's what professionals do. So then the question falls as to what's the matter at my university? Because here's the thing. I like my university. I like the students. I like the staff. I like my fellow teachers. That onion, it was 1.5 renminbi, a little less. It's a huge onion. Produce is great here. Yeah, I mean, overall, I like this university. I like this town it's in. It's a small town of 1.5 million people. I keep wanting to, like, wash my produce off in the sink, and then I remember that would be counterproductive, and I have boiled water for that. But anyways. So, here's the thing. I work for the Sino-German department. I don't speak German. I learned today I can read the hell out of German. I could probably read a book in German. But I don't speak German. So to voice my complaints with the German department, I have to talk to a German who doesn't speak English very well, and I'm an English speaker who doesn't speak German very well. But my complaints, my voice complaints, my actual legitimate complaints, not just what I'm nitpicking about. First of all, is that my, not really boss, my handler, indicated that I need to help my students practice and study for a certain test. And that I should have been doing that all along. Here's the thing. I've been here 8 weeks, and it's the first time I heard of this test. I have no idea what it is. I've never seen it. How do I help somebody study for a test? I'm completely unawares of, with an S. That's how you say it, apparently. And the answer is, of course, you don't. So I asked my fellow teachers, as my handler indicated I should, as to what the test is like. And their answer was, it has no spoken English component. I was not hired to teach English grammar. If they hired me to teach English grammar, I've got a bad, bad thing to tell them. And that's that my English grammar is not that good. I am a spoken English teacher. It says so in my contract. I voiced this complaint to them. I also voiced the complaint of roll call. I was asked if I'm taking attendance in one of my classes. And my answer was, well, I took attendance for the first 4 weeks. And then after that, one of the Chinese English teachers came in and said, oh, you don't take English. Your class monitor takes attendance. Okay, cool. So I was told today that that's wrong and I should have been taking attendance the whole time. What is the Chinese English teacher doing coming into a class and telling me that? I am under now, not the instructions, but the general premise of I'm going to ignore whatever a Chinese English teacher tells me, and that's an unfortunate opinion to take. But what am I going to do, right? So that was quite aggravating. There was a third thing that I was pissed off about. Clearly it wasn't that important. Probably like the most important thing. I'm making fried cabbage, by the way. The one problem is that I still haven't found butter in this country. I am getting ready to buy a mason jar of marble and cream and just shake the hell out of it until I have butter. God, that would take a long time. I still might. I really want butter. They do sell it somewhere in Hirchwan. Hirchwan is how you say the name of my channel, by the way. So what was it? English Corner. That's it, English Corner. Again, I work for the Sino-German department. There's a Sino-German English Corner that German students attend. I'm cool with that. It's a little confusing, though. Now, that's probably really loud. Right. The German students attend. I really, and I stress this, really like that corner because only 5 or 6 people come, and it's just me. It's just me. Me and 6 students for an hour and a half talking about whatever the hell I want to talk about, and I can get them to talk about. And some of them are pretty good English speakers. One of them is actually the head of the Young Party Members Association in the school I'm in. Very interesting. Now, here's the thing. I'm the only English teacher that goes to this English Corner. There are 3 English teachers at my university. 2 of them work for the Sino-German department. My other teacher that works for the Sino-German department, he was completely unaware that this English Corner exists. He goes to the English Corner in front of the library, which I also go to. I go to 3 hours of English Corner instead of an hour and a half. I don't mind, because I only teach 4 classes a week. You know, I don't have a very big workload. If I actually taught the 16 to 20 hours that I am scheduled for, I would be phenomenally mad. I'd probably tell them to shove one of the English corners up their ass. But I'm a nice guy. I would do it really tactfully. I don't know how to cut this one. No. Right, so that's actually not what I was mad about. Because like I said, I actually really like that English corner. What I was mad about is that I hadn't met my boss. I still haven't met my boss. I haven't met anybody from the Sino-German department until a week and a half ago. Mind you, the week before, I had missed English corner because I was deathly ill. Not deathly ill. I have a septic would be really bad. A peptic ulcer is what's wrong with my stomach, apparently. But anyways, I was sick, so I didn't make it to English corner. The day in question, last Wednesday, I was a little late because the elevator in my apartment was broken again. So 24 stories, so I was 10, 11, 12 minutes late. First of all, I would point out that literally everybody in China is late forever, period, in a discussion. They're not a punctual people. I actually kind of like that. But a lady from the Sino-German department calls me. It's like, where are you? You coming to English department? You have to tell us if you don't come to English corner. I was like, yeah, I'll be there in a moment. She was really up in my grill, as the kids these days say. Do the kids these days say that? I don't know. What was this? She was kind of a bitch, and that's really weird in China. But the thing is, she was like, you have to call or email the Sino-German department to tell us if you're going to be late or miss, English corner. And in the English corner in front of my students was like, I don't have your email or your phone, so I don't really care to call or send you an email until I get that. I got that attitude on her. And interestingly enough, she was like, oh, sorry. The Chinese really don't know how to respond to a forceful response when they're being dicks. Because the thing is, she's probably used to interacting with the Chinese teachers who will, especially with their boss, which I think that's who she was, will definitely be like, oh, so sorry, blah, blah, blah. The fact that I bucked it, I think, threw her off. So I sent an email to Anne, is her English name. I have no idea what her Chinese name is, because a lot of Chinese people won't tell you their Chinese name. That very much upsets me. Oh, that's so good. Nobody else is gonna eat this. I don't care. I'll lick it. Probably gonna eat the friggin' lemon before I get to cook it. Anyways, right. So I email Anne and I voice my opinion, and I'm like, I can't. I can't train students for a test I'm completely unaware of. What is up with the sign of German, English corner, and what the crap is up with attendance? First of all, I'll also point out that my co-teachers, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus or anything, but my co-teachers don't take attendance. They don't do it. Cabbage, which is an absolutely monstrous head of cabbage, was 4 Rimmon B. I don't know if that's enough cabbage. Maybe it's a light cabbage though. Like the cabbage itself, it just for some reason it isn't that dense, but it's a good cabbage overall. But the point here is I sent an email and I said, hey, these are my problems. They're quite frankly kind of pissing me off. And I'm very frustrated and kind of bewildered, which I legitimately was. It just pissing me right off. Plus, I didn't want to send her a message just like, hey, I'm screaming at the walls of my apartment. I have issues to address. So her response was just to send back a message. It was like, no, you're a good teacher. I don't know why. Oh, I would point out that this is in German. My German isn't great. Her English isn't great. You're a good teacher. We'll address these problems. We'll ask Alex. Blah blah blah. She didn't fix anything, but she asserted that it's fine. Which goes back to the discussion of, in a lot of Chinese universities, you're practically unfireable. I could be absolutely terrible at my job, which I'm not, and they'd probably still keep me. At the worst, they just wouldn't re-sign me, which, it's a tier 3 university, doesn't pay much, workload's really light, that's why most people work here. If the workload is really light, you can only flip it upside down. Especially when it's clearly not my forte. Yep, go on? Yep, it's on. Yep, okay. Oh, that's probably it. Okay, but, so yeah. And the thing is, I think every ESL teacher I've ever seen gets really pissed in their job if it is not a complete hand-holding job. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with hand-holding jobs. They can be really good. They can be great. I would suggest anybody who hasn't taught English before get a hand-holding job. That is one where the company, takes care of most everything for you. But yeah, I absolutely, I got lividly pissed in private today over just disorganization, because that's what it is at Yichang. Yichang is a Tier 3 university. It is a private university that basically all you particularly need to get into, all you particularly need to get into is tuition. A lot of the kids here are legitimately just here for, oh, it's so good, with a piece of paper. I could eat a whole lemon. Right. But, you know, a lot of them are legitimately just here for a degree. And they're gonna go work for their parents. And, you know, whatever. Those are the kids who sit and play on their friggin' phones in my class. I can't do anything. I can't make them want to learn. I can interest them, and they're interested in me, personally. But they're not particularly interested in the absolutely monstrous undertaking that is learning another language. So, anyways, that's my news for the week, because this is another really slow week. Because there's a sports festival on Thursday and Friday, so I'm not going to have class on Thursday and Friday, which the Sino-German department has politely asked me to ask the students when we can make up that class, which is absolutely asinine. Lack of organizational skills yet again. And the thing is, they pressed, they can't press back my schedule anymore because they've already pressed back my 15-week schedule to week 16 with seminars. They literally can't push it back any further. My point being, so if you come to China, you work at a small university, be prepared to be really frustrated and flip your shit at least one time, but do it. It's great for you. Also, I need a bigger friggin' pan.